Hi guys, I'm Jim from Rainwater Equipment and Rain Harvesting Supplies, and I thought I'd take some time today to talk with you a little bit about an active rainwater harvesting system. Here in our warehouse in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we have a 9,000 square foot building that we catch rainwater off of. This building has a metal roof, and it has multiple downspouts all around the building, predominantly at either end. So at this end and the other end of this structure is where the majority of the water runs off. As you probably know, for those of you who've gotten into rainwater harvesting recently or have been in for a while, you can catch about 620 gallons of water in a 1-inch rain per 1,000 square foot of roof structure. Now, what a lot of customers don't realize, or hobbyists or people even getting involved in rainwater harvesting don't understand, is that just because you have a structure that's 1,000 square foot, it doesn't mean you're catching 620 gallons of water in a 1-inch rain unless you catch the entire structure. So what folks will sometimes do is have a downspout or two that they catch off of, and they'll have what's referred to as a dry system. So a dry system is whenever water is caught from the roof, goes into your downspout, and then makes its way into the top of a water storage tank like the one behind me. So you'll see in this particular setup, this building has 3 4-inch PVC pipe that are coming down from the building from one end and have elbows going over to and then down into 90-degree elbows into the water tank. In most cases, customers will put a storage tank on the outside of the building, but in this case, we thought for demonstration purposes and because it was nice and convenient and you could stay out of the weather, it'd be great to have one on the inside. So this is a dry rainwater collection system, as it were. And you can hear right now we're getting rain. So you can hear the water actually going into the top of that tank. So clearly, whenever you get a downpour, this water tank will fill very quickly. As it stands, the rain has kind of started and stopped a bit, but it's been raining off and on for a couple of days. So this level gauge that you see here gives us an indication of how much water we're collecting, which is always exciting for those of us in the rainwater harvesting business or hobbyists. When you see that, wow, you're actually catching something that comes from the sky and you're able to use that water for irrigation, for using in your home, after being treated, of course. It's really exciting. And so talk a little bit about what we have here on display. This is a 3,000 gallon polyethylene water storage tank. It's actually equipped with a filter basket with a stainless steel mesh that's 20-inch in diameter and what's referred to as a light guard, light keeping the sunlight out. And I'll show you an example of what that looks like momentarily. But it allows the water to go through and enter the tank without having the debris that's on the roof, which in this case is predominantly leaves and seeds, ending up in your storage tank. When the water makes its way into the tank, as we follow the flow, there are filters that can help keep your water as clean as possible. In many instances, customers will use a fine mesh gutter screen that will prevent debris that's in the water from actually entering the water tank. And if that's being used in a particular system, you don't necessarily need to have a filter basket on top of the tank because a fine mesh gutter screen will keep that water clean as it enters. When the water goes into the tank, in this instance, we have what's called a floating suction filter or floating intake filter inside the tank. And stand by while we show you what that looks like.